Okay, first of all, get into this Tabitha Brown dress. Look at it. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, let me see. Oh, wait. Look. Yay. First of all, I don't do colors. Well, I do colors, but like it's like black and navy. But I'm trying this new thing where I feel like my personality is colorful and like my spirit's colorful, but I want to reflect that in my clothing. So I went ahead and got the Tabitha Brown dress, and I'm just so excited. Okay, now let's get into the video for real. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. And if you're an oldie but a goodie, thank you as always for coming back. All right, y'all. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you my 5 top travel tips. Ooh, say that 3 times fast. But no, so as reference, I have the pleasure and blessing to travel a lot for work, especially if it's like conference season, event season, marketing season, things like that. A lot of my clients will have me do on the ground work for them, which means I get to travel a lot. Now, I picked up a few things along the way, traveling in a post, and not even post because we're still in the middle of the panini. You know what I'm talking about. So these are my top 5 travel tips to help you out this summer because things are going up and the employment at the airport is going down, I feel like. I don't even know, but yeah, which actually brings me to my first tip. Let's talk about it. Get to the airport early. Get to the airport early. I could end the video right here. I really could, but I'm gonna tell you why. So a little preface, I kind of have travel anxiety. So if I'm not there at an appropriate time, I just feel like everything's going to go wrong. But from a technical perspective, like, I don't know if y'all have been watching like the news or keeping up with what's going on in the world, but in general, like airports, airport staff, airline staff, all of it is like low right now. And they're trying to like build back up their staff. So with that being said, TSA lines are like extremely long. Some terminals are closed because they don't have the airline staff to like get you in, you know, your terminal to the plane and everything in the jetway. All those types of things are happening. So get to the airport early and make sure you pay attention to those monitors because they will change a flight with the quickness. Like, I can't tell you, I've probably been to like 4 different places in the past like 2 months. And when I tell you I've had to switch terminals all the time. And the thing about it is they don't just switch your terminal 1 time. They'll switch it 2 times. And on top of that, they will switch gates, and they'll have you going from this gate over here all the way to this other gate. So make sure that you get to the airport with enough buffer time for yourself to actually not freak out in the airport and not have to like run or take a tram or feel like you're like that one person in the airport. I know it happens to us all, but I don't want that to be you, okay? So get there to the airport early because staff is low and it's just the thing right now. It's how we're living right now. So tip number 2 I have for you all is make sure you check the COVID restrictions in your city. These are for all my people who are international travelers, especially because it doesn't really affect the United States as much. But if you're coming from the US to another country and another continent, make sure you check their travel restrictions. I know in the US, we can kind of be a little more liberal and open with our restrictions and we really don't have as many depending on where you're at. But a lot of places like Europe, they have requirements where you have to make sure you have the shot and the booster and a negative test. Some just require a negative test. Some are a negative test, a booster, a vaccination, and you have to wear a mask all the time unless you're eating. So just make sure that you're looking up on the city or the state's city, state, or country's official website to see what their governmental policies are on COVID-19, because you don't want to not be accepted right into entry point at the passport check because you don't have your information. So make sure you have all of your COVID ducks in a row because it would suck for you to be on an 8-hour plane only for you to have to turn back, or you have to wait extra long at the airport because you have to get a test or a booster or something like that. So that's definitely number 2 is check your COVID restrictions to the destination you're going. Tip number 3, and this one's a fun one, but I mean when I say this, pack light. Do not pack heavy. Do not pack heavy. And here's why. You give yourself no opportunity to bring any trinkets home. If you're like not super touristy, but if you're kind of like me where you like to bring a piece of, you know, the country or the place you're going to home, whether it's like a souvenir or something you got while you were there, you're gonna have no room in there because you packed all this stuff that you don't even need, and you have to either carry it or hopefully it's not fragile, so you have to like throw it in your purse or something like that. but pack light because it'll give you the opportunity to shop a little bit or to just have space in there for the things you might collect, because you never know what you're gonna get for free either. So definitely pack light. If you don't need that extra outfit, don't bring it. Like, girl, I understand. I am like you. We want to have 3 outfits for the day, but just pack like 2 and you should be okay. Tip number 4 that I have is do not schedule a bunch of excursions. Do not do that. And I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, these are for all my folks who are going to the Bahamas, Jamaica, the islands, DR, Punta Cana. Not Punta Cana, that's in the DR. Puerto Rico. Do not pack your day with a bunch of activities. You're going to be tired when the purpose, hopefully, of your like leisure travel is to get away and really relax yourself. And the moment you start booking a day excursion, an evening excursion, an afternoon excursion, a breakfast excursion, a dinner excursion, all these excursions, you literally are planning to work, only because all that time, like, excursions take the wind out of you. They take the energy out of you in the best way possible. Like, I'm not saying don't book an excursion. I'm saying don't like double book or triple book like 3 things to do in one day, because you're supposed to be relaxing. You're supposed to be really taking the time to be one with yourself and or your loved ones or your boo thing or your family or whatever. And I feel like a lot of times we think that booking excursions will create those memories, but actually taking the time to like rest, be one with yourself or with your family members, your boo thing or whoever you're coming with, or if it's by yourself too, because I'm a solo traveler, that time is actually what's probably going to be the most memorable. In my experience, I have booked excursions every day. Not smart at all. Like, we, in our girls trips that we do every year in my friend circle, there were a couple trips where we had excursions every single day. And when I tell you it was exhausting, but had we just did one thing and one thing per day, or even one thing every other day, the experience holistically, like when I think about the entire trip, would have been more relaxing. So again, tip number 4, do not pack your itinerary with a bunch of excursions that you might not remember, that are gonna exhaust you out, and it's just not gonna be good for the entire trip as a whole. The 5th and final tip that I have, it's definitely optional, but I'm throwing this in here because of the times that we're living in here, okay? Or that we're living in now. Consider getting the travel insurance. I know it's that extra little thing that is at the end of your flight confirmation right before you book it, and officially press the click purchase or complete purchase, but in today's world, I mean, we literally are going through this now. You don't know what could happen. So I would seriously recommend getting the travel insurance because it'll allow you to get like a travel voucher or rescheduling at a later time or rebooking with the airline too. Especially when it comes to, my favorites are like Delta and Southwest, and they're really nice about like rebooking and all that things and all those things. And having the travel insurance really, really helps out. So again, this tip is kind of optional, but in my experience, like quite literally, I was supposed to go to Hawaii back in 2020. It still hasn't happened. But because my friend and I have travel insurance, I can rebook it up to a certain time. So last tip, definitely consider getting the travel insurance because you never know when you're actually gonna need it, and it may help you with a rebook in the future. All right, y'all, so that's it for today's video. If you have more travel tips, put them in the comments below. This is for all my solo travelers out there, my girly travelers, my guy travelers out there, booed up couples, family trips, all those good things. We all wanna make sure that we're traveling wisely and having a good time. So put your tips in the comment section below, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.